Don't worry, Big Daddy will help you.
In this video, we're going to learn how to make this. This is going to be a quick tip guide to making your own fertilizer. There are 3 different ways on getting fertilizer. The first one is to simply buy it. If you head over to the market in Oxbow, to Pistovia, I'll show you who you can talk to buy your fertilizer. So for fertilizer, seeds and general stuff, you want to come to this man here on the Oxbow map. He sells general goods. So you'll see he's got animal feed, seeds, and even some clay pots. So if you come down here to fertilizer, fertilizer cost 6 coin each, which is relatively expensive if you're going to do a massive farm and relying on buying fertilizer. But if you cannot afford or you don't have the setup to make the fertilizer yourself, this is where you'll come to. You'll buy it from him. You'll get a few fertilizer to get yourself started, and once you get your farm started, it's a little bit of just a rollover effect, and eventually you'll get to the point where you'll be producing your own seeds. You'll have enough produce to use the compost bin. The second way of getting fertilizer is by making it with rot. To make fertilizer, you're going to need a barn. Inside the barn, at the workbench, you have 2 options. You can make fertilizer by using rot. You may ask, what is rot? Rot is exactly what the word implies. It's basically food that has been rotting over time, and it can be used to make fertilizer. How do you get rot naturally? Well, if you leave food in your inventory, eventually it will start to rot. As you can see, the condition of some of my meat is at 100%, and I've got some meat at 50%. This meat here at 50% will give me 15 food poisoning. Once this reaches 0, it will turn into rot. But the quickest way to make rot is to put it in a compost bin. Preferably putting stuff you have in abundance, less quality stuff like food that's going to give you food poisoning is the best thing to put in the compost bin. The other option is to put unripened berries. The unripe berry causes food poisoning and does not provide a lot of food and can be harvested during spring. It is after spring in summer that the berries will be ripe to pick. So be wary of that. So we're also going to put these unripe berries in the compost bin. It takes 1 whole season for the contents of the compost bin to turn into rot. As you can see, I've already got some rot from last season, so we're going to take some of this out. Once you have your rot, you need to head over to the barn. You'll find the fertilizer that requires rot to make. Per fertilizer, you require 10 rot. So rot is something where you can take something useless and turn it into something useful. However, it does require a bit. So let's craft everything that we can. Now we've got 3 fertilizers. The third way of making fertilizer is to use manure. If you go to the workbench in the barn, you'll find you can make fertilizer with 2 manure. How do you get manure? Well, you've got to pick it up with your hands. Look at the little piglets. To get manure, you can get it from the pigsty. In order to collect manure from the pigsty, you have to provide your animals with animal feed in the trough. If you have a villager working in your pigsty, they will collect the manure automatically. You can also manually collect manure. You can collect manure yourself from all other animal buildings except for the hen house and the goose house. You can't use that shit. And once you have manure, you can go to the workbench and go up to the fertilizer and make 1 fertilizer per 2 manure. And that's the 3 different ways you can get fertilizer. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Look at him go. As soon as I put the fertilizer down, he's ready to go. He's rocking that hoe. Such a good boy, Casimir.